Hi, and welcome back to the Real Sisters Real Estate Podcast. This is Christy Curtis. I'm with the Bob and Ronald Group, Berkshire Hathaway. I'm here with my sister Jules. Jules, how's it going?
Pretty good. And I'm with Century 21 Jackson Hole. Things are going good. I am in Mesquite, Nevada. So a little bit of a different scenery for me this week. My shoulders haven't seen the light of day for 5 months. So
Oh,
might want to put some sunglasses on.
right. Are you looking like Edward the vampire? Glistening?
It might be worse. I think it's like looking into the welding flame will burn your retinas.
Well, make sure you use some sunscreen. You don't want to get all burned up. You don't want to pull around too, just like you did skiing last weekend.
Yeah. No, I definitely don't want to do that. So, yeah, got some sunscreen. We went to the store here as soon as we got in and picked up some.
That's fun. What's there? Is there a beach or what's there to do?
Um, we're going golfing tomorrow. No, there's no
Okay.
beaches. We're an hour outside of Las Vegas, so it's high mountain desert. It's just warmer is all we were going
Oh,
for.
gotcha.
It's like,
Is there a pool?
yeah, there's a pool. We're going to take the kids over to the Casablanca, which is like the nicer resort over here. There's two like resorts, casinos. So we're going to take the kids over and they have like a cool swimming pool. We'll go do that one day. And we're going to take the kids into Vegas one day.
Fun.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do in
We're
Vegas?
going to do the Meow Wolf Omega Mart.
Is that the one where it's all, like, kinda hidden stuff?
Yeah.
Seth and Dean did that when we were there.
Yeah. So it's very kid friendly. So we're going to go do that and just walk around. The kids. Ella's been there once. She's went with her friend, but Colton's never been there. So we're gonna go do the fountains of the Bellagio, and Marcus wants to do the high roller. The Ferris wheel.
Oh, okay, fun, fun.
Yeah. So if I can remember, we've done that before, and you can upgrade that to the one with a bar, right?
You can. I saw it on Most Expensivest.
Oh, I don't know that I want it to be most expensive.
I think that one had, like, a weed bar and all kinds of stuff, but
Well, I won't do the weed bar. We'll have the kids, but we're meeting some other friends that are spring breaking the whole week there. So we're meeting them and their kids, and my friend Laura has her daughter and a friend here as well. We're all staying in the same complex. So we're all going to go into
fun.
Vegas on one day. So, well, maybe between the like 6 of us, we can upgrade to just like a
You could
bar.
do the right. If not, I'm sure it's Las Vegas, you can just bring a cocktail with you.
That might be the cheaper way to go.
Use the yardstick, so that way you have enough. Well, that sounds way more fun than me. I'm just sitting at home. I had my birthday celebration on Sunday and just had a good time. We went to the MGM in the National Harbor, so it was fun. I doubled my money. I'm not a huge gambler, so it's not that big of a double, but a double's a double, all right?
Absolutely. A win is a
You
win.
know, a win is a win. We hit the hard eight, and yeah, we had fun. Took me a while to recover. The hangover was trying to, be 44 and come into today, and I had to really push it away. But here we are.
It's so much harder. It's like the day I
Oh,
turned 40, the hangovers were uh, just like 3 times worse. It was so
I know,
bad.
I know. I will say the beauty of getting older is just you do get wiser, and you're like, no, I need to just stop and drink water because tomorrow it's not worth it. So, but I did not have that thought on Sunday. I just kept rolling with it. So, and then at the very end of the night, we thought it'd be a great idea to finish it with a smoked Manhattan. Bad idea.
No.
Yeah.
Whatever you're
Yeah, we did.
drinking does not mix well with whiskey at the very end of the night. It never
No.
works however much you want it to. It is always the death.
It was the death. It was the nail in the coffin yesterday. We call those days Grandpa Joe from, Willy Wonka. I'm like, "Oh, I have a Grandpa Joe day. I just need to stay in bed." I was working from my bed. I got everything done that I needed to get done, but it was a rough one, but I lived, I survived, and I'm here.
Well, I'm glad you can make it back from the brink of the death to make it to the podcast.
Yes. Thank you. The vultures did not win. They circled and then had to fly away. Uh, do you wanna go ahead and get into some news you can use?
Yeah, sure. So our Teton Board of Realtor market update is our current days on market 141 for our residential listings and 222 for our building sites. Same old there. Active listings is 962. New listings is 33. 40 went pending and 20 sold. And I meant to look up stuff for Mesquite and I failed. So there is that.
All right. So their market is booming. That's what we'll say.
Their market is sunny and 70 degrees.
Uh, that actually goes hand in hand with the news from the big dogs that I have for later on, the next segment. But for the DMV, current days on the market is back to 17. We went from 19 to 17. We keep fluctuating back and forth there. Our new active units, it's only slightly up. It's not even 1% up. We went from 5781. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're at 5781 from 4866. So just a slight change there. But that's what we want to see, more inventory. Pending is way up. We're up 3% in pending, so that's good. And then same as every week, year over year, sales are down from last year. We're down about 1,500 units. So again, we've been seeing that consecutively. And then for national numbers, the interest rate is at 4.7. So it's down from what I say it was 4.9 last week, which is pretty high.
4?
And I did want to note, I'm sorry, 7.4.
That's like, damn,
7.4.
shit's really
It's a
dropped.
frenzy. It's a frenzy. I didn't say I could read. FHA and VA is actually at 6.9, which I thought was interesting because every week I'm doing the 30-year conventional fixed rate, but I wanted to take a peek at the FHA and the VA. And actually the VA is the lowest at 6.88. So I thought that was interesting. And it looks like you updated the days on market dropped to 32 nationwide. Is that correct?
Maybe. I think
Okay. Jules is on vacation mode.
brain is
We'll go with it for
brain is
now.
not computing, so we'll go ahead and confirm that next week.
Yes, we will. I saw that and I was like, "Oh, that's a big jump." Oh, right, okay. I will, do the research and confirm.
I'll be back on it next week.
Uh, yeah, don't worry about it. We're all on vacation at some point. You wanna get into the news from the big dogs?
Well, I don't have much on it. I left that section blank in hopes that you would fill it in. So anything for us?
I do. I filled it in for us. I don't think it's any surprise to anyone. I was reading the article from realtor.com and it says Americans are flocking south. This is where they're moving from. It might come as no surprise that recently Americans have been drawn south, beckoned by warmer weather, bigger homes, and more space, according to the new U.S. Census Bureau data that shows population trends in counties across the country from July 1st, 2022 to July 1st, 2023. It goes on to say that the pandemic was a big push in this. Everyone went, working virtual. So they were able to make the same amount of money, move south, better climate, more space, and generally speaking, just cheaper. Um, they were saying that the New Yorkers are flooding to Florida, which we've seen. We already knew that. It says the flow of New Yorkers to Florida might be a cliche, but the data shows New York residents consistently looking into Florida's fastest growing counties where there's a promise of larger homes for significantly less. They're in particular moving to Polk County, Florida. I'm not exactly sure where that is. The other house that we have is in Manatee County, which is on the West Coast. So I'm not sure if Polk County is on the East Coast. No surprise here. Texas and Arizona are the next ones that people are going to. Five Texas counties that make 10 fastest growing county lists are two are on the outer edge of Houston. Two sit just north of Dallas, Fort Worth Metro, and lastly is directly north in Austin. And the people are leaving, also no surprise, people are leaving from New York, California, and Chicago. So, Los Angeles is the biggest exodus with over 100,000 residents fleeing from there, which is crazy. And then New York City, people are moving from Brooklyn, the Bronx, and Queens. And then Cook County, Illinois, from Chicago. So just thought that was pretty interesting. And I think there's a lot of reason that people are fleeing these. I think the biggest one is obviously taxes. All these places have very high taxes, and they're going to other places in the United States that are a little more budget friendly, and like they said, getting more for your money. If you can work remotely, making the same exact amount that you can in the city, your money's just going to go so much farther. So I don't think it's any surprise that these are where people are mass fleeing. I hear it on the news all the time.
I hear it in my market all the time. People are coming from Illinois, they're coming from California, they want it because Wyoming has no sales tax. Well, a lot of retirement people move to Wyoming because of the tax benefits. So we get that a lot because what they'll do is they'll do if you can do 6 months in one day in Wyoming, you can claim your primary residence, get your tax breaks, and then find another place in Arizona or wherever else where you can be your snowbird. So you have your beautiful
Got it.
months in Wyoming where it's warm, and then, watch your leaves turn, and then you skedaddle out of town. Don't mess with, 4 feet of snow, and you come down to
Right.
places like this. So Mesquite, where we are, has a huge population of Star Valley. Um,
Oh, that's so
oh
funny.
yeah, yeah, we have a lot of friends. We're gonna meet up with some friends who live down here. And we're gonna go side by siding with them, and they don't want to deal with the snow, but they love, Wyoming in the summertime. It's beautiful. So yeah, it's we hear that a lot. Marcus and I are they're building some new houses here, so we might walk into a real estate office and just kind of what's the skinny, It's we're
Yeah.
trying to figure out why these houses are so cheap. My gut is telling me that they're looking for cash buyers to fund the rest of the building project, but we might just walk in and see what's going on because let's face it, I don't want to keep shoveling snow forever and ever, so we need an exit plan.
Right. I do not blame you. With same with us. I mean, we bought the house in Florida with that in mind of, it's one level living. It's just a two-bedroom, two-bath, tiny little space. But hopefully when the time comes, we already know we can sell our primary, pay off the mortgage, and then make enough to pay off the mortgage there. So there's an end game in sight. So it's just a matter of putting it in place. And it was a little tough, the year we bought it, just because it's so much money to purchase a house, especially as a second
Oh yeah.
home. But now that we're doing it, the Airbnb and the renters that come through pay the mortgage for the most part. And, Siege is headed down there at the end of April to just put eyes on it and check it out and do boy time. So, but yeah, it's not a bad idea. Just walk in there, see what they got, and if it's new build, they might have some incentives for you guys.
Yeah, they do. I mean, our biggest questions right now, obviously, I'm not going to walk into a real estate office. I'm not ready to purchase, so I'll make that up front because no one likes a looky loo. I mean,
No.
looky loos are fine, but I'm not ready to purchase, but I just need more information. I want to find out if we can Airbnb there because that would obviously help cover our costs of mortgage. And
Mhm.
then, get some local lender to see where exactly within the building you can lend on it. Cause I know in Wyoming, you have to be so far along before they'll actually lend on it because they
Hmm.
want to see
Interesting.
stuff. So if they haven't broken ground, um, yeah, so they could just be looking for cash buyers if it's similar, kind of lending practices in
Hmm.
Nevada, but we're going to find out more.
Good. 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 Well, that'll be fun. What's the base rate that it is?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So you have a lot of research to
Yeah,
do.
no, absolutely. We are just Marcus is a dreamer. I'll get
Yes, he is.
I
He
love him, but he
very
he
much.
is a dreamer. And then so we have to try to figure out how to facilitate these dreams, and we're thinking we might go in with a couple friends and like do
Yeah,
like
there you go.
a split kind of, where
Mhm.
everybody's names are on the title, and then kind of run it like our own private timeshare and VRBO. So I don't know. We'll find out more. We'll see if it actually happens. I would like to say to put it in my 1 year plan because we have to come
I
up
think
with the
that's a
down
fair.
payment, so
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right, even if you had 2 more people that were gonna help you, I mean, that's very helpful, and then you exactly like you said, you time block time. This is time for my family, and then every other time it's open for, renters to come through. But, I mean, you get the snowbirds that don't have a place there, and they stay there, they'll pay your mortgage for 3 months for the 1 month that they're staying. It's pretty crazy. So, it's okay to be a dreamer, Marcus.
he is.
You just gotta get the
I
info.
know. I'm always the Debbie Downer, so
Well, somebody's gotta be actually, locked into reality too.
I am most certainly the Debbie Downer. I'm like, "Really? Really, can we make this happen?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, here we go."
Okay. Yeah, I would say that I'm more of the, I'd say I'm the more of the dreamer on our side, and then I'd like, "Yeah, we can do it." And then Steve says, "If you think we can, honey, you go for it." "Okay, here we go."
Yeah, exactly.
"Oh shit, what have we done?"
It usually works out. He decided to up and leave his regular 9 to 5 job and start his business, and now he's very successful. So he normally makes it work.
Yeah.
He doesn't fail for us, so he's got that.
No, he's great, he's great. Yeah, his business is going really well. You wanna put a plug in there for him?
Yeah, absolutely. In your home inspection reports, make sure to check your air duct, and if it needs to be cleaned, call Quality Air Solutions.
Perfect. Thank you, sponsoring Marcus. Alright, you wanna get into what would you do?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, so this one I found, it's actually a pretty funny story, but definitely more your side of things than my side of things, that's why I thought it was pretty funny. It's, titled, "Watch Out for That Bear." It comes from a Reddit user called Moose Squirrel. Okie dokie. I was a broker in a luxury mountain community. Often I'm walking lots with clients and builders all over the variety of crazy terrain on the mountain. One day last year was walking a lot with two clients and was pretty far out away from the road that we came in on. The entire time, the wife kept bringing up her fears of bears and other wildlife and how uncomfortable she was being out away from everything. The husband kept reassuring her there was nothing to worry about. After an hour or so of walking the property, I hear something large running up over the mountaintop. I knew right away it was a bear. So I was just hoping they would never notice. I was not so fortunate. A 400 to 500-pound bear came over the top of this hill and is running at us full speed. Granted, the bear was not coming after us. He was actually looking out the side and had no idea that we were in front of him yet. I see the wife look up and see this huge bear coming straight at her. She literally just melted to the ground while letting out a horrible scream. I yelled and clapped my hands, and sure enough, the bear saw us. He put on his brakes about 30 feet away from us. The bear paused for a moment and then turned and ran the other way. Of course, this happened to the folks scared to death of bears. Clients did not buy, nor did I ever hear from them again.
Shocking.
Sorry, Moose Squirrel. I already know what I would do, and it's called shit my pants.
So, the funniest part where he's like, "I hope they wouldn't notice." Like, how do you not notice a
A
500 gram
500-pound.
bear?
Right. I'm thinking that she will notice, especially she already sounds like she was on high
Right?
alert for this kind of situation.
I mean, what do you just,
I'm
like,
like,
grab him by the shoulder and be like, "Let's walk this way."
anyway, let's look at this tree over here. Right? I mean, it sounds like he knew exactly what to do and like, try to get the bear away from them, but oh no, I would not. Because when we were in Wyoming visiting you, we went up, we were hiking up a just an easy trail and it said like what to do if you see a bear. And CJ was freaking out. Not freaking out, but he was like had his head on a swivel the whole time. I'm like, sweetheart, they are more afraid of us than we are of them for the most part. But he was just looking around everywhere. But I think in this kind of situation, I would just be I probably would have melted like a puddle to the ground like that lady did.
I would say, yeah. I mean, I've
Yeah.
yet to come across a bear while we've been hiking. Marcus was saying just the other day, he was up hiking and he heard their teeth chattering. He was looking around and he was like, "Um, berries." He's like, "Oh god, that's bear scat." And he goes, "And then we were close enough that they'll chatter their teeth. If they see you first, they're like, 'Hey, back off.'" So him and his
Oh.
friend, got out of there quickly and they never saw it, but I think I would just melt.
Yeah, absolutely. I would probably just freeze and then, like a goat,
I mean, you're
tip
not gonna
over.
outrun them. You're definitely not going to
No,
outrun them. So, I guess
you're not gonna outfight them.
yeah. And no, no, and no. I mean, if I'm walking through, like, things that border national forest, I would probably keep a pistol on me, to be perfectly
Oh, shit.
honest. Absolutely. I mean, first off, I don't know these
Not just like
buyers,
a
but
well, yeah. True story.
but
I don't think my little location necklace is gonna do it at that point.
no, no, no. But I mean, if I'm walking around, like, huge parcels of lots that I know I might be in bear country, I would probably take my pistol and have it on the side of me, let everybody know, "Hey, I got my pistol." But y
I'm back in the heat.
I mean, that's not unheard of in Wyoming, so
No, neither are Baltimore.
true,
Go in the city, you better pack heat too.
right. Oh, well, scary time for Moose Squirrel there. That,
I know.
I'm glad he
All that,
didn't
and he
get
still
eaten,
got nothing.
and he could tell us the
I
story.
know. I know. Poor moose squirrel. Yeah, all that, and he still got nothing.
Yes,
He
that's
did they
true.
didn't
He
even
saved their life, so the least they could have done is bought a house from him.
right? Cheapskates. Yeah, I thought that was right up your, Wyoming alley. You wanna get into our reality show breakdown?
Sure. We watched Million Dollar Listing LA season 14, episode 5, The Rocky Hazen Picture. And before we get into it, I came across a story this morning that Flag is now he changed brokerages, I guess, this week. And he's at
Oh.
Compass. So hopefully
Oh,
that works out
interesting.
for him. We'll see what the dynamic looks like next season. But uh, I guess because I'm always Googling million dollar listing and things like that, it popped up on my news feed. So A, Google you're creepy, and B, good
Yeah, right? What a surprise, they're following you.
yeah, right. Creepers. Anyways,
Creepers.
so we watched Rocky Hayes and Pitcher, the guys Flag, Josh and Josh take on the Barbie penthouse. Some cool architecture there. Some
Yeah, they said the building was designed by the person that designed the
I
Louvre.
know, cool,
Amazing. Crazy, right?
right? So there was definitely
She's difficult, though.
she's very difficult, and I would say those 2 working together is an interesting dynamic. Very, very different styles there, so I they're having a hard time meshing it.
They are. They want well, Flag is very blunt and in your face, and Josh is definitely a little more, I don't know if finesse is the right word, but definitely a more, like, softer
A
approach to things.
nuanced.
Yes.
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
it was interesting, they were talking about, like, their different styles, and Flag was like, "I'm a market expert, I know what I'm doing, uh, I'm the best there is in the game." Just
Yeah.
very, like, "It is what it is, and I'm amazing," and
Mhm.
where
Right.
Altman was like, "I really try to connect with the people." He's playing the piano, like, trying to get that personal connection. I would say I'm probably more of the latter. I do try to get a personal connection going, with my buyers and sellers. I don't know. What do you do?
No, I'm definitely more of the personal side of things. I feel like if they trust me personally, then they'll when it comes down to the data, they'll listen and trust me on that side of things as well, and hopefully be a little bit more inclined to listen to my pricing, to, what I'm telling about the market and, like what they need to do to get their home ready. Absolutely, definitely more of the personal side of things. And I can switch gears pretty quickly, go into the data. You have to be able to, but and on that initial walkthrough, they don't know me. They're not ready to, spill all their guts. Most of the time, by the end of my meetings with my people, they're pretty much open and ready to chat, but,
Yeah.
definitely more the personal side of things.
Yeah.
I kinda wish I was like him, just like that D personality where you come in and you just get shit done, and people are like, "Well, that's just the way they are."
Yeah, I'm definitely
They don't
not like that,
not
but I
offensive.
would maybe I should make that a goal to try to make myself more like that. I don't know that I
I
don't
don't know.
it's,
Yeah, don't set that goal.
yeah,
That's a stupid goal.
I immediately take it back.
Yeah, I take that back for you.
Alright, I'll be less of an asshole. Speaking of less of
Yeah,
an asshole, the girls on Hazen I Sell a Dream video.
horrible, horrible.
They're so funny though.
They are so funny. Tracy kills it, but it's
It's
horrible,
very
and
cringy.
the it's very cringy, and the seller says he is like, I'll give you carte blanche," and then he's like, "Pull that video."
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
No,
It
no,
is
it
funny
was
though.
not good.
It is
It
really
is pretty
funny
funny.
watching, when Josh Altman watches Tracy get out of the van and
He
he's, like,
spits
spits
out his
his drink
tequila.
everywhere. It's like, "Oh my god. What have you
Oh my,
guys
this is
done?"
really happening. Yeah, that's a mess. It's funny as shit though. Yeah, definitely not my style of marketing. I do actually like the idea of doing the influencer type of thing where you kind of make it up. That doesn't bother me, but the way they went about it, I think it's more for just for funny, you
I
know. I hope
I
so.
think it was more probably for the TV show, I would think.
Yeah,
I
I would think too.
Yeah, I mean, they seem like they're both very serious businesswomen, but it was funny, and who knows, Chrissy, maybe if we become giant influencers, we can sell a dream video too.
Okay, I'm gonna be a girl. I'm not dressing up as a dude.
Does that mean
Called it. You stink.
I guess that leaves me the guy.
Yes. I wanna need some, fake 5 o'clock shadow.
The wig is just so fantastic.
It's horrible. It's so horrible. But yeah, I couldn't think of anything else. The only other thing that I thought was just so funny is back to Flag. He's so casual, even in his style of dress. Like, when they were doing, like, side by side when they're talking to the Barbie penthouse lady, they're doing, Josh Flag, and he's, like, in just kinda like a nicer pullover type thing, and then you have, Josh Altman who's in a suit, dressed up, and Flag's just kinda, like, sitting there, like, kind of real casual, hand on his hip, that type of thing, and then Altman is very, stand up, very professional, buttoned up, exactly. I just think it's so funny, just their different styles and the fact that, they're co-listing, but they get it done. I mean, I assume they get it done, and they don't seem to be too many failures on their
No.
on their TV
No,
show.
they really don't have any failures. I think all of those people always get it done, so,
I
minus
know,
the
I, like,
one
look at the
earlier
commissions.
where Josh took over Tracy's listing because she couldn't get it done,
Oh,
but
very true. He got it done quickly,
he
though.
did,
Yeah, and then I look at the commissions, like, potential commissions earned, it's like 150,000. I'm like, "Jeez,
right? That's crazy.
crazy, crazy." Alright. Well, that's all we got on that. Alright, Jules, you wanna get into our listing of the week?
Sure. We have NBA Hall of Famer Tony Parker is selling his 53-acre property for $16.5 million dollars, and it is located right outside, I guess 25 miles outside of San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, yeah, he was a Spur. Obviously, it's on his jersey, but a San Antonio Spur.
He was. I don't follow basketball, but I did read that he seems like a dream client. So this house was on the market for 19 million. It got pulled off the market, and then he decided to put it on as a private listing and then decided as a public listing. So very solid state of mind that he's going to sell.
Yeah, he knows exactly what he wants.
We
No.
love clients like this. They're always the best.
Mhm.
This is held by, I'm gonna apologize in advance for this name murder. Binkan, oh boy. Cinna Cinnaroglou?
Nailed it.
First try, of
Yes.
Cooper Sotheby International Realty. So, let's see. It is a 6-bed, 9-bedroom house. It is 13,000 square foot and includes a greenhouse, fruit orchard, wine cellar, fitness center, and a water park. Water park complete with slides, grottos, and a lazy river. And you can kind of see it here.
Wow,
I know
that's
it's
just
really
amazing.
cool. I really so finding pictures of the inside was kind of difficult. It mainly focuses on this water park.
Wow. How can that only be 6 bedroom? Doesn't seem the bedrooms must be huge.
Yeah, I only found a picture of 1 bedroom, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll s They gotta be huge, and there's also a guest house, which there's also no pictures of.
Mm.
But the outside here, let's see,
It's
isn't
amazing.
it awesome? It's a Mediterranean style that features hand-carved stone columns, copper lanterns that line the driveway, and end in a tiered water fountain.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's not the water
Wow.
fountain in the front, that's in the back.
Is that part of the water, park? And they've got a basketball court behind
Yeah,
it too.
there's a basketball court, there's, a tennis court. Yeah, I mean, this place is pretty nuts. The outside, I mean, 53 acres, that's a large chunk of land there.
It is, and I mean, honestly, you think of everything that you're getting for 16,000,000 compared to some of the other things that we've shown, and it's just crazy, how much farther your money goes that literally links back to,
Yeah,
flocking
it
south.
does. Go to Texas and look at what you can get. You can get 53 acres and a whole water park.
Yeah, who doesn't need
I
that?
know, right? I guess this is one of the grottos. That looks pretty
Wow,
awesome.
that's awesome. Can you imagine the parties you could have
I
there?
know, and this is the inside. So the inside, has travertine tiles and walls that are finished in Venetian plaster. Now Travestine tiles I love. Marcus would not let me put them anywhere in the house.
Oh,
Um,
why not? I think they're
they're
pretty.
beautiful, but they have little holes, and he was like, "You'll never get the dirt out."
That is true.
So,
That is true, and we know that the Venetian plaster itself is a very expensive,
yes.
applique for the walls.
Yes, it
Mhm.
is.
Pops of color. Turquoise pops of color.
Turquoise pops of color. These are 8-foot tall custom doors that lead you into the
Mm.
house.
They're amazing. That's
I know, right?
amazing.
They're really pretty. This whole property, and this
Mhm.
is the private wine cellar, and it holds up to 1,500 bottles of wine.
Wow,
It's very
crazy.
dark and dungeony, though, isn't it?
W Yeah, I thought well, I guess the wine cellars, they have to be a little bit more
Oh, I
dungeony,
guess.
but I feel like you need like a tasting room that's, like, outside where you can have just the beauty of the
I
property.
suppose you could take the wine and go to the grotto.
Right. You have people for that, Jules.
Exactly. Bring me my wine.
Bring me my wine. I'm at the grotto. Not that grotto, grotto number
The other
4.
grotto, or you could be here in the theater. "Excuse me, sir, I need
Yeah.
my wine in the theater," which is all red, and I'm
It's a little much. It's big, though.
I feel like they could either have gone with the walls being red or the seats being red. I don't know that we need both here.
I know, agreed. It's almost like and it's not even like a red red, it's like an orange red, which I
It's a
immediately
burnt
hate.
red.
It's a burnt
Yeah, God
red.
forbid. Remember the one time I painted my toes the burnt red? Mom, like, grilled me. She was like, "It's horrible." I was like, "Thanks, mom.
I bet you never did it again, did you?
I'll do it just to spite."
Exactly. When you come home for Nobu.
Exactly. So, his and hers offices. So this is obviously it's much more masculine with the darker drapes and the darker, desk and things like that, and then hers is very light
Oh.
and white and so much prettier.
Yeah, much prettier. I love the Colford ceiling too. I love a Colford
Yeah,
ceiling.
that's a fun detail.
Mhm. Very pretty.
The
Okay.
primary suite has private elevator access, a two-car garage that's beside outside of the four-car garage to the
Just
primary
for the
to the
primary?
primary suite. Yeah, I know, isn't that
Oh,
nuts?
that's shady. That's shady.
Is the primary bathroom.
So you just sneak people in and out that of your private garage off your primary.
Yeah.
That bathroom is
Isn't that
amazing.
awesome? And then I wish I
That
could
is
find more
awesome.
pictures of the closet. Apparently, the closets are, like it says extensive walk-in closets, so it's probably the
Oh, so
size of
the
my house is their closet.
right, right. I mean, that bathroom looks like the size of just my upper level to my
Oh,
whole
yeah.
house.
It's huge. It's
It's
awesome.
huge.
I
It's
know,
huge.
right?
Oh, it's amazing. I would love to soak in
Me
that tub.
too.
Oh, more
I was
fluffies.
just getting ready to say, "Look, the fluffy pom-pom chairs again." Oh, yeah, the view too, but the chairs.
Right. I could sit in that all day. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess this seats 16 is what it said. I know, it's pretty awesome. And
Yeah,
then
that's
here's
awesome.
another view.
Wow, I love that. I love the beams. That's amazing. I love the exposed beams, and I like the, contrast of the dark ceiling with the white, light, you know, paint and flooring and the dining room table itself. It's very, very
Yep,
nice.
and then your pop of colors with your little chair on the side, that little burnt orange chair again that you've already decided you
Mm,
hate.
I hate that. But is there a flamingo standing
I
back
don't know
there?
what it is. It kinda looks like a flamingo. It could just be some salmon-colored art.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm guessing they probably don't have a flamingo standing there.
Why not? There's no flamingos in Texas.
Apparently not. They should be out by the grotto.
Exactly. What are you doing there? You're in the wrong space.
Flamingo?
Another seating, this one right off of the kitchen, and then the kitchen itself.
Wow.
I like
Gosh.
the light
Fixture?
fixture. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. That the whole kitchen is amazing. That I'm surprised they didn't have a more of a custom hood, but I still think that the whole thing is amazing, and I just really love how they kept those beams in the ceiling, the dark color and everything nice and light. Now it looks like they tried to pull in the little bit of the dark with the tile, which is gorgeous.
Yes, like a reflection on the floor, kind of using the same lines. You have the very blocked lines and then the blocked floor. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Oh, so here's
Wow.
that structure. It is definitely not a flamingo. There's the piece of art.
Oh, no. Ew, that's like an intestine.
The intestine art is also I don't know that it comes with the house.
I hope not.
Uh,
Okay, not a fan of that art,
yeah,
but to each its own. Art is an interpretation, you
and
know?
these are intestines. So
All right, well, thanks, Jules. You wanna get into our tip of the week?
you're gonna hate me on this one.
Yeah, I read it and I wasn't too
You are
happy with you.
not. You're gonna roast me, and I know it. So, my tip of the week is something contrary to what we have been saying for the last several weeks. It is actually don't provide feedback from your buyers. So, last week, if you remember, I was in classes all week long, sticking needles in my eyes, but I did pick up this tidbit. So, Adorna says that the reason why we don't provide feedback from our buyers is kind of twofold. One, you have to have written permission, which I didn't really know that part. I guess I always just kind of was like, the seller's going to want to know. And she says she preps her sellers to not have feedback from any buyers. So she says you have to have written permission, and then she says the other part of why we should not be providing feedback is because if we provide negative feedback and then they go to move and say, you know what, I do change my mind, I want to put in an offer, and we provided negative feedback in any way, shape, or form, the offer may not be taken as seriously. So, if you think about it, oh, yeah, they don't like the house, they're totally gonna pass, and then they receive an offer, the sellers may think, "Well, how viable is this offer really? Are they gonna back out from inspections because they said they didn't like it, but now suddenly they do?" So when you think of it like that, okay, yeah, sure. She said
That's not real life. I'm just saying that's not real life. People don't say, "No, I don't like this house," and then turn around and say all of a sudden they wanna put an offer in it. That just doesn't really
That is
happen.
true.
But carry on. Carry on,
She
Adorna.
says what our answers need to be is I don't have written authorization to provide feedback. Should the buyers like to proceed, you will see an offer from us.
Okay.
Tear it apart,
Disagree
Chrissy. I know you're going
across the
to.
board. Disagree across the board. Wha Sellers like feedback, and sometimes I can tell my sellers till I'm blue in the face that your yellow wall is horrible. Until they hear it from actual buyers, then they'll say, "Oh gosh, Chrissy was right. The buyers really hate this yellow wall. Let's paint it tan," or whatever the hell they wanna do. Second off, if it's illegal without written consent, why does an automatic email go out through the actual system? Riddle me that.
Crickets are coming across my brain.
Yeah. Look, if you don't wanna do feedback from your actual buyers because you don't have written consent, okay, but as an agent, it's courtesy to give some feedback. I was leaving feedback the other day, was said the husband thought it had potential. I agreed. The wife was not on board. Good luck with everything, that kind of thing. Um, if you don't feel comfortable after hearing what she says about leaving feedback, not having consent, then at least say, um, buyer, that I don't have written consent. My feedback for your sellers is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So she did say, if we're in a broker open house, she was like, whatever. If you hate that yellow wall, be like, I hate that yellow wall. If it's coming from you, that's one thing. Obviously, just don't talk about price. That would be an antitrust violation. So, just stay away from anything like that. But yeah, if that horrible yellow sink is awful, feel free to say that from you as, you know, not from the buyer.
The professional,
Not from the buyer.
not from the buyer.
Yep.
All right. Disagree 100%. I will keep giving feedback, but I appreciate her points.
All right, what's yours?
Thank you. Yeah, right.
Moving along.
Moving along. Disagree. Vetoed. Uh, mine is actually more of a personal type thing. So we had the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse today in Baltimore. Pretty tragic. When we woke up, we heard the news, and it's just crazy if you watch the videos. So mine is more on the fact that, we have Easter coming up. If you celebrate Easter, if you don't celebrate Easter, either way, at least take some time, spend it with your family. You just really don't know what's coming next. I mean, those poor construction workers were out filling potholes and the whole darn bridge collapsed on them, and there's 6 of them missing still. It's just crazy. So, my tip is take your Sunday, turn your phone off, be present with your family, and just enjoy the day. And Monday will be there to start your work up again. Just enjoy your day. You just never know what life's going to bring you. That's it. That's all I have.
It's a good one. I try to do that every Sunday, honestly. Um,
Yeah.
just just take a day and just say, "You know what? It it will be there Monday," and it always is. And even as my buyer counseling sessions or seller counseling sessions that I do, I say, "You know what? I do like to just take Sundays, whether we are skiing or just boating or whatever we're doing. It's my family day, and it's okay to take."
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I will say that most of the days of the week, if I can take a day, it's a Sunday. And I'll obviously answer emails and text messages and stuff like that, but I do try to keep it to a minimum. And I try to get all that kind of stuff done first thing in the morning. So that way I'm not, you know, spending my entire day. There's been so many times when Hayden will like make fun of me. He sends me TikToks where the moms are like this on their phone, and they're like, they're trying to tell a story, but they're not telling the story because 'cause they're busy
Right.
on their phone. He sends them to me all the time. I'm like, "I get it, Hayden. I work a
Uh,
lot."
yes, Ella was nagging at me just because I was getting my market update, so I was running numbers on the, Tibor website, and Ella's like, "Really, mom? We're on vacation." And I was like, "I just wanna do my podcast."
I trust me, I got Hayden said he wanted to be a real estate agent until we flew to Aruba for his 18th birthday. And literally, I'm in the hotel bar. We're having a cocktail because we're spending the night. I get an offer that comes in. Has to be addressed.
Oh,
You
yes.
know, negotiate it, try, through the night. And then as soon as we land in Aruba the next day, have to send it out for signatures. It doesn't stop. He's like, no, I don't want to be an agent anymore. And I'm like, well, this is what affords us to come to Aruba for your 18th birthday, you turd.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him. Yeah, we don't get much downtime, but you're right. Make sure carve it out. It's important.
Carve it out. Carve it out. And just let your people know. I think we've said it
Oh,
plenty
yeah,
of times, let your people know, and most people are understandable, especially on a Sunday.
absolutely.
It's the day to just have family time. So that's all, especially with that bridge collapse today. It was just devastating, and I hope that everyone, is found and is okay.
Absolutely,
It's
I know,
horrible.
I saw it this morning. As soon as I woke up, Marcus was like, "Did you see this?" I was like, "Oh my
Mm.
god." Like, oh, it's very devastating, and we do hope that everybody's okay. Um,
Yeah,
but in the
it's gonna cause
oh,
so many problems for commuting.
it's gonna cause chaos. So what, now
Yeah.
if you can't get over the bridge, what, you have to do the tunnel in and out of Baltimore? Oh, and the tunnel's already
Mhm.
such a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. It's $8 a pass.
Well, maybe will they use the extra money to fund a new bridge? You know, that's gonna take forever. New bridges
Oh, it's gonna take
new bridges
forever.
aren't just built overnight, so, oof, that
No.
is
No, and I was asking Siege, I'm like, "Who pays for this?" Because it's not like it was Baltimore's
I'm
fault.
sure there'll
It
be
was
a
the
lawsuit against the company
Yeah, I
that
would
for
imagine.
damages. They have to. And for what it looks
They
like, it
have to.
doesn't look like for what it's known for people who have not seen the video, it looks like the ship lost power and then hit.
Yeah.
So, it's not like they, like, intentionally rammed into this bridge or anything. There was no, it was just a
Mm,
terrible,
no terror attack or
terrible
anything. Yeah,
accident. Yeah, so
terrible accident. Apparently, they got a mayday signal out, but the boat had, before the cargo ship before had lost power before it had happened before,
yeah,
so
so
not good.
not good, but in the
Yeah.
sense of
Not
carving out some time, I will hop off of here and I'm gonna go sit by the poolside while our videos load and I'll work throughout the day of doing some editing, but
jealous.
yeah.
Go enjoy, and make sure you put some
Yeah,
sunblock
I
on.
definitely will.
We don't need any more crispy bacon.
No.
All right, so we'll be back next week.
Sounds good. We sure will. And as always, feel free to write us in any stories, real sisters real estate at gmail.com. Make sure you're liking and subscribing onto YouTube and all major streaming platforms.
All right, we'll see you
Uh,
next week. Enjoy your
thanks.
vacay.
Bye.
Bye.